Tom Hatton owns Mountainside Fitness. The company has 18 locations. He was furious, and tonight he is suing. He is with us. Tom, welcome.
Scott, thank you for having me on.
Why are you suing the governor?
Well, we feel like, we've already been through one closing, but more importantly, the arbitrary nature of the decision without any fair warning or any proof as to why gyms, fitness centers were included in this particular closing is basically why we're doing it. It's impossible for us to function forward without clarity and direction in these types of decisions.
Arizona had a record number of cases today, Tom, as I'm sure you know. Yes. Bars are included in this as well as theaters. 200 Planet Fitness members may have been infected in the state of West Virginia from one person at their gym. Don't you see gyms as a place carrying extraordinarily high risk because of the nature of what they are?
Actually, I don't. I feel like it's somewhat the opposite. One thing with fitness centers is we have members, not customers. And what that means is we're able to control social distancing and the way we function as we open each day through having various cardio machines shut down, certain spots in group fitness rooms, and then the strength floor. So it's unlike most other businesses, just included like a Safeway or a Home Depot. They have customers, and it's very difficult to control where they are in an aisle. We are able to do that.
How many people did you have in your gym at a single time before it was shut down again?
We're at 50% capacity. With social distancing, that's about what it is at each facility.
Yeah, and were you requiring masks?
We're suggesting masks, and the problem with requiring it is depends on each individual's health needs. We're wearing a mask. Some wear it. We all are in favor of that. We even provide them if they ask. We are not requiring it. We are requiring our staff to wear them, however.
The problem is that hasn't been working, right? We know that just suggesting the wearing of masks and people going to bars and other closed-in areas with the air conditioning on hasn't been working.
Well, I look at it and say we don't have any proof that what's causing this or if it's fitness centers that are causing it. And what my stance was and why we filed the suit today was without that, every business is at risk. We have no proof. We don't have it. We're just subjecting opinions to it arbitrarily. And we can't have that as a society, certainly as a business community. We have to have more clarity in that, not just speculation.
Will you comply with the state's order?
We haven't. We stayed open today.
You did. And you're not worried about either what message that sends or the risk that you're putting on your own members?
Well, as I said about the risk, I feel like that's been answered. As far as what the message says, it's about what our leadership is doing and how we can function together. Without any communication or warning, this decision was made. The governor of our state said, by the way, fitness centers are going to be included with tubing in our Salt River or theaters that aren't currently open. So to say that's the cause of what everything's happening, they're not closing restaurants. They're not closing large gathering areas, like I said, Home Depot or Walmart. They're specifically choosing a business that is able to control social distancing, unlike the other ones I've mentioned.
How about your employees? How do they feel about all of this?
Well, I feel they are very strong. We had 98% return when we were mandated to shut down the first time. We have not received any PPP because we were over 500 employees, 1,500 employees. I think they stand pretty strong because everybody showed up to work today.
Yeah. Have you had any positive tests either from your staff or any of your members that you know of?
Well, we've had some staff, very few, and we were able to quarantine those staff, notify the people they were working with, and then we paid for their testing. But uniquely, unlike some of the speculation out there, we've had a very small group of that with a 1,500 member employee base.
I know, but isn't one too many? As I said, Arizona had a record number of cases today, Tom.
Yeah, but it's not saying that it's coming from us. If that's the case, and I don't disagree with you, Scott, but I urged the governor, said, are you going to just choose businesses out of a hat, or are you going to treat this as a whole united front and shut everybody down? Because I also agree with you. But to come back and say it's one business without proof, especially when we can control how they function in the day, that is not acceptable, which is why we filed the suit today.
But clearly it's a business that carries risk if some of your members have tested positive in the past.
You know what? Walking around on this earth is carrying risk right now, Scott. Going to the gas stations carrying risk. I bet you if you went into Home Depot, that's going to carry risk as well. So I don't want to get into that debate. We've made our decision and we stand behind why, and we're just going to move forward in it.